Welcome back to Kamen Review, episode number 168. We're reviewing episodes 19 to 25 of Kamen Ryuki. Yeah, this is still the Kamen Ouja arc, where 19 picks up right where we left off last episode, where there's a hostage crisis, where Sonjo reports to his boss. Yeah, he's actually inside the restaurant. Yes, he is inside. And, of course, also basically his former lawyer comes along. He takes a picture of all the hostages where they are, sends it to his boss, and of course the cops are just happily there because, excuse me, are you in charge? Yes. I have a big scoop for you. And big scoop is basically his employees inside. He's gonna get some info about where the hostages are, because the only hostages they know about is the little girl. They don't know about the fact there's actually about 10 of them. So, eventually, Sakura shows up, and all the hostages are released. Basically, because when he took a picture, that's when basically, because he took it like a little doll just to calm down a little girl, which is nice of him to do that. And his lawyer shows up. Basically, he wants to fight his lawyer. Yes, he wants to get into an actual fist fight with his lawyer. Yes, I am not kidding about that. That's what he wants to do. Get into a fist fight with his lawyer. Yep. So, and of course, you're a writer? And of course, that's when CG finds out too. He gets knocked away with knockout gas. Just as it happens after Akasa and Suka basically go to the other world, go to the mirror world, basically just fight each other. But lucky enough, basically, CG is able to protect the little girl, and he's sort of become a hero for basically just, getting info to basically release the hostages. Of course, they do not question why the heck he was in the restaurant in the first place and how he was to avoid being taken hostage. Yeah, they don't question it at all. So, at the fighting, of course, then, of course, as a monster shows up, which, of course, he doesn't take any people, surprisingly. Yeah, surprisingly, we see, one death, aside from what happens in episode 19, and what happens in 22, there's, in these episodes, it's like they decide to hold back on the random people getting killed off by the monsters. They basically just put that to the side. So basically, we'd have this plot here. So, Akasa gets away. He gets out of the restaurant. And then Ren provides an escape for him by stealing a police car. An unmarked police car, mind you. And the reason why it's stolen is so he can fight him. Yes. Also got a little subplot where he's been very hesitant to basically fight. Also, his fiancée is not seen in these episodes. She's actually mentioned a couple times, but never actually seen. So, I think it's Takari. He's the one who actually who's who's an ally writer. He's not basically a evil writer per se. So, and of course, Yuri basically goes with him later on to this place in this neighborhood, which turns out to be her childhood home. Yes, where she doesn't go inside because her head starts spinning. So then he goes inside. He goes inside and runs into Shiro. First time he's been seen at this point. I think last time we seen is back in episode 17. So he is back here in this. And he gives Sakasa the survival card, and of course he gives up the Ren, who ends up using it and transforms into a version of Ultimate Kuga with the big shoulder pads. I thought that was an interesting choice. Yeah, at this point, it's only been 2 years since Kuga. I guess that the reason why they went with that look, because people love Kuga. Kuga apparently was very popular at the time when it first aired, from what I can tell. Excuse me. Also, episode 19. Commander Gi dies. Yes. And then his monster does following around Akasa. And he decides to form a contract with him. Yes. Now, this is the first for this series. We have a writer taking 2 contract monsters under his wing. First a snake, and now a rhino. Yeah, he does. Not the first time he does it. Yeah. And of course, then eventually the car he rides in gets destroyed. Ren somehow gets out of the vehicle somehow, which is not actually explained. First he's seen riding, and he's first seen driving the vehicle, and Akasa's asleep. And then at some point he got out of the vehicle, got to his motorcycle, which they don't explain this at all. Where the heck was his motorcycle? And then we have Akasa driving the car, who ends up basically causing the car to crash off a bridge, and the car everyone thinks he's dead, except that he actually escaped via the mirror. But since the mirror he went in was destroyed, he had probably access someplace else. So they end up fighting near the shoreline, which of course I've seen this area used before. Sentai loves using this rocky beach area thing, where it's like near the shoreline near Japan. I believe I saw this in Mass Man. I believe it was. I think that there was I think it was a Commodore series. I think it may have been Black used this area too. Kuga did not. Kuga did not come here at all. I do not know about Agato because I only went 4 episodes of that one. Yep. So they fight for a while. Then they all leave. Yes, there's one funny point here where it's like, oh, well, the other guy, because he meets up with Okaji, and then Okaji kills him in the next episode. Yeah, he meets episode 18. I think it was like 18. It was he met him, and then like the very next episode he kills him. I'm like, wow. I guess I know the reason why they killed him off, because he was a completely unlikable character. He was a massive dick. At least the lawyer is likable. Yes. Because the actor is actually really good at his job for... Yeah, he may not be nice to some people, but basically he's nice to Garo, who is, I believe, supposed to be his servant, who's also... Bless you! Who's also his bodyguard. Yes. So, then he starts hiding. He goes to his hometown, which I'm like... So, he doesn't live in Tokyo. Fine. So his hometown is this, wherever this place is. I'm not sure where in Japan this is. And instead of going to, I don't know, his childhood home like Yuri did, nope, let's go to this place under a bridge that kind of serves as his house for a bit. At one point, Renko just randomly finds him. I'm like, yeah, she had followed him after he fled, and she just wants to know more about him. Like the fact that, well, to give much info, then she goes visit his former lawyer, who mentioned he was born in 1977, and because it aired in 2002, he means he's probably like 26. Also, he has a brother named Akira, who he thinks died in a fire. By the way, that happens in episode 25 with the whole thing with the brother thing. Yes. So, meanwhile, though, Ren basically is very hesitant. And then he returned back to the good side pretty quickly. Yeah, the whole thing of him basically supposedly turning bad, yeah, that's resolved pretty quickly. It's almost like that that's kind of the direction they wanted to go in. And my guess is probably one of the writers, the writers of the show, probably as though, not a good idea, given the fact that probably Knight is probably a good selling figure. Because I'm sure that probably his toy line was selling really well. And have him briefly turn bad for an episode, my guess is either that was pre-planned, or they probably noticed that the toy sales took a small dip, a dip they didn't want it to. So that was the reason why they probably turned it back. If we could just without no explanation at all. CG, of course, basically doesn't get a lot to do in these episodes. He just basically just shows some fighting, is a little advance of his character. Yuri gets a lot of development in these episodes. And then at one point, okay, so, and then we have the three raiders fighting each other in another dimension. and then they have to, like, not find a monster, and then they have to leave. I'm like, wow, that was quick. It's quicker than usual. And the reason why is because Shiro has canceled the writer battle because his sister's gone missing. And he's like, you want your powers back? Find my sister. And they do. So they talk to her aunt, their aunt, of course, and go to their home, which, of course, basically they go to the beach. They find her, no problem. I'm like, wow. Was she in danger? Not really. She's basically near the beach. So at one point, part of them showing up, Shiro just randomly pops up in the water. What the heck is going on here? I don't know yet because I haven't got that far in the series. And so anybody who's seen this series, please don't spoil it for me. I'm just basically going off of what I see in the actual show. Okay? So you want to get involved somehow, and then he leaves, and then for some reason she has a car, despite the fact that CG has a moped, which, by the way, it just randomly disappears. No one knows what happened to it. Like, was it destroyed? Don't know. And then they decided to drive her back with Renko, who just there. I'm like, girl, you have a car. Oh, wait, it was stuck in the mud because you drive basically a Mini. Yes, she drives a Mini. How do I know it's a Mini? I've seen these damn things. And plus, believe it or not, there is a dealership in the next city over, well, actually, it's a census spot, that sells these damn things. Yes, these tiny cars, also referred to as the wreck cars. Yes, some people like to refer to Minis as wreck cars. Why in the world we have Renko drive one of these things? My guess is because basically there's not much road room in Japan. That's presumed anyways. The motorcycles make sense, but these tiny cars, well, I guess because there's not a lot of room on the roads because basically they're all confined to these islands. It's Japan, mind you. It's just that, like, okay, the way she dresses, it seems like she seems like a very highly paid reporter, and I'm like, you can't afford a real car, like a nicer car than this tiny thing. Which, by the way, this thing has got, like, just aside from the driver's seat and the passenger seat, there's like a little. I've seen these things basically up close when it comes to my drive-through. There's like a little space in the back, and there might be room for like a small trunk back there. I mean, like maybe some room, but you can't exactly like travel very far in these damn cars. And by the way, these are not electric cars. These are gas-powered cars. Yes, a Mini is gas-powered. Not electric, gas-powered. Teslas are electric-powered. Yes, Teslas, I know there's others, but Tesla's the most well-known brand. Though they have the most ugliest cars I have ever seen. Yes, believe it or not, the Tesla cars are butt ugly. And here's the thing. That is something that everybody can agree about Teslas. They are ugly looking cars. Heck, I've seen a Saturn. Someone talk about Saturn in my work. Now, Saturn's of course been discontinued for like about 20 years. My late aunt actually drove one of these damn things. Yes, seriously. So, and then later on, okay, so they find her, the powers have been restored, obviously. Oh, also, prior to the powers being lost, Rhoda is killed, the other Red Rider. Yeah, he gets killed off by Ouja. Well, not just by pure randomness, like in the case of he actually randomly deserved that because he was a massive dick. This other guy, well, they actually built up his death because he's a fortune teller, and it's like, okay, so next Rider to die is him. Maybe they brought him out of the show because people didn't like the way his Rider outfit looked. It is possible, but I have no idea. So, I'm just purely guessing at that. The fact that you man that like his Rider outfit. I mean, it's not an ugly looking outfit. Let's see. I don't think this DVD case has a picture of what the heck this outfit looks like. Let me put you on the shelf here. Let's see. So, That is Toka right there, the green one. That's Knight, the blue one. Okay, so I had to look up here on my phone here to show you what this Raider's outfit looks like, because these Raider outfits are bizarre. Okay, this is Raya. Yep, that is the Raya suit. Yep. This is Ouja. Which, I like this suit. I like the staff. I thought that was really cool. So, several of these ones have been introduced so far, but I'm trying to find basically like... So, it's basically the top row of this Rider lineup has all been introduced. Yes, that's Raya, Toka. Oh, the bull one, yeah, he's one gets killed off in episode 19 of the series. So, basically, they find out that Akacha's got a brother, and then he meets up with them after it was convincing. He's like, "Oh, you're still alive." He's like, "I thought you saved him from the fire." He's like, "You idiot! I despised you. I set the fire myself." So then he sticks his monster on his own brother and eats him. You're like, what? So, all this good heart stuff, basically he just wanted to kill his brother for some no random reason. By the way, this is the brother's only appearance in the entire show. He just shows up to be eaten by a monster. Yeah. So, he just killed his brother. Which, you see him like, oh my gosh, I can't wait for this guy to die. He killed his brother! Actually, he has monsters to kill him. Which, that was a first. Yes. Normally put basically just have them eat some energy of the other monster, not either a person. I guess the guy must be a massive dick. Yes. So, pretty much in the way, basically, we're progressing this arc really well. Excuse me. And can you believe episode 26 is the finale for this story arc? Excuse me, yes. Was there anything else I mentioned here? No, I think I pretty much covered everything here that happened over the course of these 7 episodes. Yep. Yeah, that's pretty much everything here. And I have roughly about 3 more to go before I go on my break from this series. I would do another review, but it's getting kind of late. It's almost 11 o'clock. And unlike yesterday, basically, where my shift starts at I think it was 8:15 today. Tomorrow starts at 10 o'clock, so I better wrap it up right here. So, probably see more videos of this. Probably see one more video of this tomorrow, covering the last 3 episodes and probably some Kamen corners, and also the next episodes for Dragon Ball Daima and Fire Force covered tomorrow. And the thing with Saturday is free comic book day. So expect the haul. Yep, because I'm going to do some shopping that day. And probably do a comic. I'll probably maybe throw a comic corner or two on there. On that too. It's gonna be quite interesting. Though for some reason it's gonna start at 12, which that's weird. I don't know why in the world they want to open the store at 12 for. Just doesn't make any sense. But I'll find out when I get there on Saturday. Though surprisingly, it's like a 45-minute drive, but it's well worth basically go down there. I mean, I went down there last year in my car. This will be the third time I drove myself because over the years when I've done I'll talk more about this on Saturday. Okay, so that is pretty much a particular review. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.